Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us and welcome to the Northeast Organic Farming Association of New Hampshire's 2025 annual meeting. We know that you all have busy lives and we're deeply grateful for your membership and support. And thank you again for taking the time to celebrate the organic farming community with us this evening. My name's Nikki Kolb and I'm NOFA New Hampshire's Operations Director. Before we dive in, I wanted to share that this meeting is being recorded and it will be distributed in February. We're happy to take any questions you have along the way, and we've also made some space in the second half of our meeting for members to connect with one another and to share any feedback you might have for NOFA New Hampshire that might not come up in the slides. And that section of the meeting will be removed from the recording. And let's get started. Thank you again for being here. Oh. All right. Thank you, Kyle. Okay, I wanted to quickly go over our agenda. We're going to do a brief welcome and orientation to the meeting, followed by a 2024 impact report, a treasurer's report by our board treasurer, Joyce Ford. We're going to discuss our plans for 2025 and end with some time to connect with one another. Excuse me. As an organization dedicated to farming and food, we would like to begin by sharing with you our new land acknowledgement. New Hampshire is on the unceded land of the Pennacook, Winnipesaukee, Pigwacket, Sokoke, Kawasuk, and Ossipee peoples, or Ndakina, the Abenaki word for the traditional ancestral homeland of the Abenaki and Wabanaki peoples, past and present. NOFA New Hampshire acknowledges and honors with gratitude the land, waterways, and Alnobak people who have stewarded this land through the generations. NOFA New Hampshire also recognizes that so many of the practices from which organic farming finds its basis can be traced back to the agricultural and land care traditions of Indigenous peoples from across Turtle Island and the globe. We express deep gratitude for the guardians who have passed down ancestral knowledge since time immemorial so that we might continue to grow and harvest food, care for land and water, and deepen connections between nature and self in a harmonious way today. Thank you. Okay. Representing NOFA New Hampshire board and staff tonight, we have myself, also our board treasurer, Joyce Ford, and our our education program coordinator, Kyle Jacoby. Thank you for putting everybody up there. And we'd love to also hear from you all, our valued members. I'm not sure how many people we have here, about 20 people. So if you want to put into the chat your name and your preferred pronouns, your location, and what calls you to be a NOFA New Hampshire member, we'd love to see that. And we can just take like a minute or two here to let everybody put their chats in. Rapidly coming in. This is great. Thank you all for sharing these reasons and how you're part of the NOFA New Hampshire fabric. That's great. Okay. Let me know when you feel like we're ready to go to the next slide, Kyle, and I'll just pick it up.
I'd say let's go for it.
All right, let's do it. Great. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, I'm happy to share more about our impact over the last year. I also wanted to recap NOFA New Hampshire's mission before I go into sharing more of that. NOFA New Hampshire is dedicated to promoting organic, regenerative, ecologically sound farming, gardening, eating, and land care practices for healthy communities. We help people build local, just, and sustainable food systems. And we do that through education, farmer services, food access, and policy and advocacy initiatives. And I'm going to share more with you what we did in those areas last year. Okay, I'm going to the next slide. Thank you. In 2024, our education and outreach efforts included hosting over 54 educational events, reaching over 5,000 learners through our winter conference, our organic gardening series, our on-farm workshops, which also have been under our craft umbrella, webinars, a book study, listening sessions, panels, fun on the farm, our twice monthly e-newsletters, and also numerous outreach events that we participated in and had a tabling presence. We also offered a number of farmer services in 2024, including the Transition to Organic Partnership Program, also called TOP, and the PASA Climate Smart Farming and Marketing Program. 2024 was our second year as a core partner in TOP, and through that program, we supported 19 mentorship pairings of farmers and producers, as well as food hubs who were transitioning to organic. We provided technical assistance as well. Through TOP, we are supporting the active transition of 180 New Hampshire acres to organic production. And as more of the mentorship pairings continue on, more acreage will be transitioning. So that's really exciting to see. And through the PASA Climate Smart Farming and Marketing Program, we recruited 10 farms to receive technical assistance in 2025. So 2024 was our first robust year of the program. And in 2025, more farmers will become enrolled. This program provides funding and technical assistance to New Hampshire farmers who want to implement climate smart practices, collect data on the impacts, and open up new markets. Now I'm going to talk about our spring bulk order. In 2024, we supported 207 farmers and gardeners with access to thousands of pounds of discounted agricultural supplies suitable for organic production, and we expanded bulk order pickup sites across the state to increase access for folks in New Hampshire and also in our neighboring states. And the 2025 bulk order store is open now through March 1st online and through February 25th by a paper form if you'd like to mail that in. And we can talk more about that later. We also launched a Farmer Resilience Fund in 2024, and this was building on our Farmer Relief Fund of 2023. The Farmer Resilience Fund is aimed to provide mini grants for climate smart projects, organic cost share reimbursement, and farm disaster relief, and we'll be awarding over $29,000 in grants from the 2024 fund very soon, and look forward to sharing more of the information on that impact. And we also are aiming to run that program again this year. More farmer services. We provided technical assistance to dozens of farmers who transferred to new organic certifiers in 2024 when the state organic certification program ended. We also launched an ongoing farmer mental health campaign, so that's still coming out monthly right now. We served as the fiscal sponsor of the New Hampshire Queer Farmer Network. We participated in the Windham County Natural Resources Conservation District Watershed Planning Program with partners and colleagues in Vermont. And we also contributed to the considerations, or we contributed organic considerations to the New Hampshire Food and Agriculture Strategic Plan. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, our Farm Share program had its 7th anniversary in 2024, and this program connects community members with limited incomes to low-cost organic and sustainably grown CSA shares. In 2024, we connected over 267 individuals in need with 76 low-cost certified organic farm shares from 15 certified organic farms, and that was our greatest impact to date. The program's been growing each year. We also raised over $49,000 to support the 2025 Farm Share program, which is really incredible fundraising effort. We're very grateful for our community. And we also hosted our first AmeriCorps Vista Food Access Coordinator in 2024, and we welcomed our new 2025 AmeriCorps Vista Food Access Coordinator in January, who will be with us for the duration of this year. In policy and advocacy, we advocated in 2024 for NOFA's Farm Bill platform, which is a NOFA-wide Farm Bill platform across our state sister chapters. We also advocated for New Hampshire's Farm to School reimbursement pilot program, and this had been 3 years of advocating for this program, and it did pass in 2024. We advocated for pollinator health and, of course, supporting organic farmers in the state. And we provided additional advocacy through sign-on letters, calls to action, and more at the local, regional, and federal levels, along with our sister chapters. NOFA New Hampshire works with other organizations on a variety of activities. Our additional collaborations in 2024 included participating in the NOFA Interstate Council, New Hampshire Farm to School Network, New Hampshire School and Youth Gardening Network, Regenerative Roots Association's Food Forest Project, the Food Access Coalition, the New Hampshire Food Alliance's Network Leadership Team, the Racial Equity Team, and the New Hampshire Food System Strategic Plan Advisory Committee. We also participated in the Organization for Refugee and Immigrant Successes Beginning Farmer and Rancher Development Grant. And we participated in NOFA Connecticut's Building Community Food Security Northeast CSA Farm Share as well. Those were some of our additional collaborations. And lastly, organizationally, we supported over 500 members, including you all. Thank you again for being here and being part of our growing community. We welcomed 3 new board members and our first AmeriCorps Vista member. We collaborated with dozens of volunteers and numerous organizations across our committees and our programs. We continued to invest in DEI training for our board and our staff, and we finalized our new logo, which we will get to see very soon. And now I'm going to turn it over to Joyce to offer our treasurer's report whenever you're ready.
Hi. So what I tried to do this year with the treasurer's report was to have an accounting of 2023 and also 2024. So as we look at it, you can compare the numbers. So the first slide is really our overall picture for 2024. We brought in $446,000, but our program costs were $150,000. Most of that, or about two-thirds of that, was the bulk order. And so our gross income was $295,000. We had expenses of $289,000, but we also have the donor restricted activity is where we get donations in for a specific purpose, and we set that aside. And then when we spend that money, we transfer it back into the general funds. And so that was $38,000. So we ended up with a net income of $45,000 for 2024. We have been, as a board, putting a portion of money into a kind of an emergency fund, and we have $47,000 in that fund right now. It's supposed to be enough money for at least 6 months of operations. So we are going to be continuing to use some of that money to put into that fund for this next year. The next slide is, I just wanted to put together some of our most important programs and what the income sources that we get from those programs, and from the various, like from member dues, we brought in about $14,900. General contributions from people, $45,000, a little bit more from 2023. The project-based grants, that's the top program. That's the top project, primarily the Transition to Organic Partnership Program. And the designated funds release, that's what I was talking about when we get funds in for specific projects, and then it gets released back into the general funds. So that's where we get our income from in 2024. And I'll take questions at any time, or if anybody wants to wait till the end, that's fine too. But we can always, if you have a question, please feel free to ask. I forgot to say that. I also wanted to just put together a comparison of some of our major programs from 2023, the income, and then 2023 and 2024, the expenses. That expenses word should be over a little bit to the right, so it's over the 2023, 2024 columns. The winter conference, you can see in 2024, we spent 29,600, our income was 29,610. We get a fair number of sponsorships for the winter conference, which helps us make that a more profitable event. The bulk order is another one of our programs that brings in money to the organization. So if you're planning to do the bulk order, please get that in so that NOFA New Hampshire benefits financially. Our farm share program has been very successful, as Nikki said, and we will continue to, that is going to be increasing for 2025. And the Farmer Resiliency Fund was new in 2023, and it was more like an emergency fund then because of the disasters that we experienced in 2023. And we, in 2024, expanded that to be a farmer resiliency fund. And so you can make donations, and NOFA New Hampshire, it has several categories, and we are providing up to $3,000 grants to farms for specific projects. They can be for equipment, they can be for conservation efforts, they can be for disaster relief. In 2023, we spent $28,000. In 2024, we haven't actually paid the money out yet. We were a little late in getting the selection committee and all that work to be done. So I'm thinking that by the end of January or early February, the checks will go out to, 16 farms that were awarded grants from NOFA New Hampshire with the funds. So if you'd like to donate to that program, that's always available too. Educational workshops is another project that we have. That was the craft and the organic gardening series. And then the top program is a pretty big money maker for us. Most of the money that we pay out in top is to payroll. So none of these numbers actually include payroll expenses. And it also does not include that 103,482 for 2024 for top does not include a payment for the fourth quarter of top that was billed in January 2025. Does anybody have any questions with that slide at all? And I don't know if I can see the chat, so if you have a question, you can just unmute yourself and say it.
I can also read a chat question.
Oh, okay. Okay. If there's no questions, we can just continue moving on. This is a report of the general expenses for 2024, and then we'll see a comparison of this in next year's report from 2024 to 2025. You can see most of our expenses are payroll. We have 5 full-time, more or less full-time staff. And I would also add that the marketing and advertising, we are putting in doing a new website and logo this year. So that marketing and advertising amount is about double what it would normally be, because that's just a one-time payout on expenses. And the note is about that operating reserve fund I mentioned earlier for $47,000. And the board will be looking at how much they'd like to put into that fund at next February's meeting in February. Any questions on that slide? Okay. And my last slide is just a thank you to our finance committee. We meet monthly, and Denise is our finance coordinator. She does all of the QuickBooks work, and she really is very, very good, very meticulous, and I really appreciate all the work that she has put into being our finance coordinator for NOFA New Hampshire. Nikki's also on the committee, and Ken Korber, another board member, James Stever, board member, and Steve Ford, who is used to be our treasurer. You probably know Steve. And we have monthly meetings. We review financial reports. We help with the budget review. We also develop financial policies, and we also have financial oversight over the entire organization. And I've been very pleased with, all the checks and balances we have in place to make sure that all the reporting is done properly. And we do have a financial report, oversight report that's done on an annual basis too. It's not a complete audit, but it does check things in our organization. So that's my treasurer's report for 2024.
Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you so much, Joyce. Thank you for doing all that work and for sharing all of that with everyone. It's really thorough and very helpful. I don't see any questions right now. I also wanted to acknowledge I meant to leave space for questions after my report and did not do that. So if you do have any questions, please put them in the chat, or if you want to voice them now, we can just hold space for a moment. And you can ask questions at any point when we have our conversation time. Okay. I'm seeing no questions. So thank you all. And again, thank you, Joyce, for the treasurer's report. And before we go into our activities for 2025, I just wanted to take a moment to thank our talented yet dedicated and passionate volunteer board of directors, our staff members, and our committee members for their stewardship of NOFA New Hampshire. I want to thank our incredibly generous board of directors who volunteer their time and expertise in so many ways and truly dedicate so much time to this organization. And that is Julie Davidson, our board president, Kate Dabrowski, our vice president, Joyce Ford, our treasurer, Ken Korber, our secretary, La Fortune Jabea, Benet Hershon, Joan O'Connor, and James Stever are members of the board of directors. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Kyle. And I also wanted to thank our wonderful staff who care so much about this community and wear so many hats, as you might see here on the screen. And that's Shoshi Ketzelberry, our marketing and communications coordinator, Teresa Downey, our transition to organic partnership program coordinator, Kyle Jacoby, our education program coordinator, Denise Rico, who is our bulk order coordinator, finance coordinator, and PASA Climate Smart technical assistance provider. And I also want to thank our new AmeriCorps Vista food access coordinator who joined our team for this year, Shayla Crowley. You'll be seeing more of her soon. Thank you all. Okay. And now we're just going to talk more about what's coming up in 2025. And then we're going to take a look at the new logo. I'm sure you all are waiting. But Kyle, if you could take time to share about the winter conference and the organic gardening series, that would be great.
Yeah, definitely. The conference is coming up. It's next weekend. I know a lot of people on the meeting right now will be there, which is exciting. At Southern New Hampshire University again, great lineup of workshops, over 20 workshops. We have a great green market fair too. We'll have over 25 exhibitors, a little bit of an adjusted layout to give us a few more exhibitors, which will be nice. It'll look great. And really excited to have Chef David Vargas to come into to talk about some of his work with local farms, really building some local grain, heirloom varieties of grain for the restaurant, some of his work within the community to launch some really community-driven events focused around really inclusivity and bringing this community, this sort of food network together, and just general network together. And some of his other nonprofit projects and working with local schools. So I think it's going to be a great, really cap on the day. And to celebrate some of our local community people as well, doing some great things, our award winners, which will hopefully be, announced soon too, but it should be a great day. Looking forward to it. And after that, not long after that, we will have our organic gardening series again. It'll be a series of webinars followed by an in-person really close to May as the weather's breaking, which is exciting to think about the weather kind of breaking and getting a little warmer, getting out doing it. Or maybe our farmers on the call are like, please, not yet. I don't have my seeds. But that should be really great. And I can go a little bit further too, because I see you have some on-farm events and workshops. We're aiming to get out on farms again this season and hopefully do some events and really bring the community together, utilize the knowledge of our local food community, our farm community. So should be a really great year of a lot of great times to come together and learn and have camaraderie and share. So really looking forward to it. And yes, you will need to sign up for not these workshops at the conference if that's what you're asking about. That'll just be a drop in, but for things throughout the year, it will be something to sign up for. And you'll see things come out via our newsletter and on our website. Hopefully at that moment, we'll have our new website, which will be exciting to see everything and navigate a little bit easier. So that'll be really exciting. So, but yes, keep an eye out. And the best way to stay up to date is our newsletter. So, and then I assume you're going to talk about some of the other things on this
Yes.
list. Great.
Thank you. Thank you for going over those things. It's really helpful. I'm going to promote the bulk order again. The bulk order is open now for your organic farming and gardening supply needs, and it's really meant for farmers and gardeners at all scales to save on supplies. And that's going to be open through March 1st if you're ordering online and through February 25th if you want to mail in a paper form. Our farm share program is also open now for farmer applications through February 9th, so the day after the conference. So if you're a farmer that has a CSA, if you have a farmer's market stall, or if you have a farm store, you can apply to participate if you're certified organic. And we also this year are expanding the program with a pilot program to invite farms that are transitioning to organic and NOFA New Hampshire member farms that use sustainable practices to apply to participate in the program as well. So there's applications for all of that on our website. Let's see. Okay, I'm also excited to share that we will be launching a New Hampshire organic farm and food guide this year, and that's going to be both a print and digital free magazine that showcases all of New Hampshire's organic farmers and producers. So we hope that when that comes out, you'll pick it up and put it on your coffee table or have it at your farmer's market booth. So we're excited to share that with you later this spring and hope that will be a great additional marketing tool for farmers in our network. And we're also going to continue to provide technical assistance through TOP, the PASA Climate Smart Farming and Marketing Program, and some grant collaborations that we have with UNH Cooperative Extension. And that includes collaborating on a beginning farmer and rancher development grant that they have, as well as a record keeping project that we'll be working on together. So those are things that will be starting to evolve this year. Kyle talked about our on-farm events and workshops. We're also going to be offering a summer fundraiser this year on farm and a fall film, which is something that we had done in years past, and we're excited to bring that back. And launching our new logo and website. So if you're ready to see the logo, we can go to the next slide.
I don't know if I'm ready. All right, I think I'm ready.
Okay. Great. Thank you. So this is designed by Ink and Light Creative, NOFA New Hampshire staff and board members worked on this with Ink and Light, and really were very involved in this process, and it's been an exciting collaboration. And this is your first look. We hope you love it as much as we do. Thank you. Someone said they love it. Thank you. And yeah, so we'll be launching this soon with the new website, and it will have all those colors. And please do think about like what merch you'd like to see this on. Let us know. Tote bags, t-shirts, hats. So all that will be coming soon. And Kyle, if you want to share, there's two other like looks that were in the slide deck.
Yes, and we did get some hand clapping too. So those.
Oh, good. Thank you. So this is what it will, Kyle just put up. This is like, you know, on our letterhead and other official places, this is how it will look with our names spelled out. So there's this horizontal, yeah, no, that's the second one's the long version. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. So that's our logo. We're excited to show it to you. I think it's beautiful.
We're getting, for all who will watch the recording, some good reactions in the chat. So it's positive. All right. We're getting some positive.
Great. Thank you. Okay. Thank you all again. This is just one more plug for our upcoming events and our beautiful promotional images that we have for each one of these programs. Our upcoming winter conference for the top program. There's also monthly roundtable sessions to participate in, as well as the mentorship program and other activities that will be coming up throughout the year. And of course, the bulk order, which we just spoke about. And we can go to the next slide. Great. I want to thank you all again for being with us tonight and for your NOFA New Hampshire membership. You really help this make this work possible, and we're so grateful for your partnership and support in our efforts. You can become more involved by volunteering at an event. You can volunteer on one of our committees or on the board of directors. You can also make a donation to NOFA New Hampshire, as Joyce was mentioning, to the organization or to a specific program if you feel called to. And there's a number of ways here that you can get in touch with us. And of course, if you are on our mailing list, you will also get all of the information about our upcoming activities that Kyle was mentioning before. Thank you all so much again for your time this evening and for your membership, and we hope you have a great night. Thank you.